so I hadn't done a how to make lotion in a long time, and so I thought I'll do how to make lotion. Okay, so now we're doing it live, which is a little different too. Okay, you see over there? See that stainless steel kitchen? Oh, I mean stainless steel sink over there? This one here, he's just like been grueling over that thing. Okay, and so we got 3 sets of water. Tell them what's in the first set.
We have soap, degreaser, and water.
Soap, degreaser, and water in the first one. What's in the second one?
Bleach and water.
Bleach and water. What kind do we use?
Clorox.
Name brand. What's in the next sink?
Sanitizer.
Sanitizer and water. Okay, so yeah, we call it Santa or something. It's like what the kitchens use to sanitize their dishes after they go through the wash system in restaurants, and that's what we buy to use here. So, and we buy the professional degreaser like they use in the restaurants as well. We get them from restaurant supply store. And we also get our Dawn now from the restaurant supply stores. It's like, I don't know, 10 times or 20 or 1,000 times stronger or something in a pump. How strong is the Dawn?
It's pretty strong.
Okay, all right. So, does any dirty dishes go in that water?
No, it's not allowed.
No.
Otherwise, you got to redo everything.
That's right. So, these dishes have already been washed. They are clean, and then they go through the system, and then they are put on a clean towel that just come out of the laundry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they're put out there, and then what do we do to them after we put them through the system?
Alcohol them.
Yeah, so then we alcohol them. Now, I was
They're
just
blacked out.
explaining to you why this one here, I don't know what we're going to do with him. But anyway, what was it? What do we use the alcohol for?
Sanitize.
And it
Dries.
bonds.
To the excess whatever water stuff. I don't know. You got it.
So it bonds with the water so that when you take the paper towel, and as he discovered, he's like, I alcoholed this. I wiped this. I'm like, the towel was wet. It couldn't absorb anymore. So he wasn't able to get the alcohol in the water all the way off. Oh, it's me, mom, and my dad. They're just going to have to wait. That's just all there is to it. And we going live. And so anyway, so if you let your towel get completely saturated with alcohol and water, eventually it can't get any more alcohol and water off of dishes. So you have to change your towels regular. Use paper towels. What's my favorite kind of paper towel?
The white kind?
The Viva!
The
Viva
Viva.
Vita! What is it? Viva Vita! Viva! 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 I love Viva because it's like a cloth. It's the best paper towel in the whole wide world. My husband gets so agitated because if they don't have Viva at the grocery store, we ain't buying paper towels. And I don't care if we need paper towels. We're going somewhere else. And that's because they're like a cloth. They are very absorbent and strong, and it really is like a cloth. And they absorb really well, and they wash well. So we use Viva when we're going through these processes, and I think it's better. All right? So then, after all of the dishes went through the system, they were already clean, and all your surfaces, you went
Oh,
and got...
completely wiped.
Yeah, they went, a rag is in each one of those. So he come and he washed it with each one of these things. Then he alcoholed the surfaces and dried those off. So our surfaces are dry. Our bowls have went through all the processes. Our spatulas, all that stuff. Everything's been took care of that way. Even the stove is wiped down and alcoholed before we work. Yeah, my parents are wanting my ass. I've gotta get to them. I'm gonna get to them, but I can't do it now. All right. So, once we've done all that, then we're ready to make lotion. So, and we're making day cream and night cream. So we have 2 rows of bowls and things at first, and we labeled them, but we've already took the first row and we've sent them back. But did we put those dirty containers in the sterilizing water?
No.
No. No, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Because nothing dirty can go through there. Because in the middle of making lotion, I may decide that I need something else sterilized that's clean. So if there's coconut, in the water or argon in the water, it's just not working for me. That water is just for clean dishes. So we just stack those things to the side, and we'll wash them later. But we got them out of our way. So over here, hang on. Over here we have our oils and our stearic acid and our emulsifying wax. And there we have our water boiling. And we have some of our things poured up. And so now I'm going to take you through the stages to the best of my ability. And this might be a long video. It's a live video, but lotion, everything's temperature based. So just come in and out as you want. Come back and watch later if you don't have enough time right now, because this could be a little bit long, but it will be detailed. So that you won't accidentally hurt someone with a lotion product. All right. So the next thing I do, no, we don't want to hurt nobody, because you can. What did you learn you can do with lotion?
You could kill someone.
You can kill somebody. That's right. So now we have to figure out our water. Where's our recipe? There that is. We're doing the day cream first, right?
Yes.
So is the day cream on top or the night cream?
It is now.
Okay. How much water do we need? How many?
150 ounces.
Oh, I don't know if we got that much in here. Let's see. We might have to boil some more water. All right. So, we need. You take off your gloves and just lay them down so that you can put them back on, and get your calculator out on your phone, and you'll do that, and then you'll re-clean your hands, put your clothes back on. Okay. This is the only way I've ever figured out how to do it. Okay. So. It's on milliliters, so let me get it on fluid ounces. All right.
Here, what am I calculating?
I'm going to tell you. You can come over here, but just don't put your phone down on my clean surfaces, young man. All right, so 150 ounces, did you see?
Yes.
Okay, so put 150 in there, okay?
Yeah.
All right, and then you're going to subtract everything I tell you.
Okay.
All right. So I put a bowl on here. Yeah, I think we'll have enough. All right. 52.5. And so I've got 52.5 ounces of water, and I'm putting it in my lotion making vat.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm going to start again. And you subtracted, you didn't add, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. 56.3. How much do I lack now?
41.2.
All right, so I have to make sure I don't go over 41.2.
Can you feel the heat?
I know, right? Okay, so that's 41 or 42?
41.2.
All right, hang on. Okay, so I've put 41.6, giving myself 0.3 for evaporation. And then, wherever did you put that? Okay, so put that away. And then, let me alcohol your hands. All right, and then put your gloves on. And then you will take this over to where we have the jugs, and you will put us some more water in it, and then we're going to bring it up and put it on high. Okay? All right. So, hang on. And while he gets more water. I know. I should have said, go get some, what do you call it? Go get some pot holders and fill it up with water. But I didn't think about that. So there you go. And I'm keeping the camera out of his way so that he can get back into where the stove is. And then we're going to put some more water to boil in for the next batch. And you can put that back up on high and stick the lid back on it. All right, so here we go. Oh, that's as far as I got on my, oh, that's right. whenever I get, oh, I did some flips. I hope that wasn't on the camera. Anyway, if I get too far away from this opening, my thing can't pick up the Wi-Fi over here. This brick wall is too thick. So I have to be over here, but you have to be over there. It's just the way it is. All right, so now I have my water, and I'm gonna put my sterile lid on here. Screw needs to be tightened on. There we go. And because I'm working on a metal surface, the metal surface gets hot, and I'll move it from time to time. It helps the cleaning process, the cooling process. All right, so now, it doesn't matter though. So now I have melted my oils and my waxes. Not yet. And there we go. All right. Put that right there. And just start it moving, but just keep it still. You want to keep it all over this way.
You can smell the shea butter.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like milk.
Yep. I know. That immediately turned into a milky product. All right, and so now I will take over. Did you know I think lotion doesn't make well unless you really beat it good?
You're gonna beat it?
Beat it good. Beat it. Whip it good.
Hello, Tiffany. You see the muscles? I don't have those. She's got bigger muscles than me.
He's lying. He is so lying. Okay, so now we still have some evaporation. So that's why we put that extra couple little points in there so that we can manhandle the recipe calculations
Really do.
and whatnot. So now we're going to put in our next ingredients and get those going for batch 2 while we're waiting for that to cool. It's always efficient to make 2 batches when you're doing this, in my opinion. So I've got emulsifying wax, and that emulsifying wax is stuck to the bottom as part of my recipe, so that's why I keep all these sterile spatulas about here so that we can keep up with that. And then this is my stearic acid. Alright. And so here is my coconut oil. Did you just drop something on the floor? Go get rid of them gloves.
I
Clean
picked
yourself.
something.
Did you pick it up too? Oh my God!
It was a double whammy.
It was a double whammy. My sterile environment. Alright. And I'm putting my hard oils in. This is my shea butter. What's the difference? The main difference between, well, I should say the 2 main differences between the night cream and the day cream.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh. Cocoa butter?
No.
Oh, between
Well,
that.
yeah. But the main 2 differences is, one, The night cream is a heavier cream, so it has less water, more oil. And the day cream is a lighter cream, so it has more water than it has oil. So this one here, look at how full this is this time. Remember with the other one, it wasn't nowhere near that full. So, and I'm putting my liquid oils in too, because one, they need to be warm. Did you know that that cold oils, you can sometimes cool your processes down with them, but we're doing this for video, and I'll explain that. But it's like sometimes I'll save my liquid oils and put them in after my hard oils is melted. And the reason I do that is because that reduces the temperature. But being on video, I don't know what can happen and everything, and so I worry that I might accidentally reduce the temperature too low, because if these oils are not hot enough, you won't make lotion. You just won't make lotion. All right. What is this one? Oh, that's the castor oil. And it is important to use a spatula and scrape it out. What do you have to do to spatulas when you're going through the cleaning process?
When you're going through the cleaning,
Uh-huh.
you got to disc populate them,
Yep.
pull them apart,
Uh-huh.
put them through the system,
Uh-huh.
and then alcohol them after.
That's right. And then put them back together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to put them together. You can't have a broken spatula.
Yeah, but you got to take them apart to wash them, and then you got to alcohol down in that little hole and put them back together.
And
You don't know what might be up in there. That's right.
you really don't.
Yeah, you really don't. There's these little amoebas and things growing in there. All right. All right. So technically, these items could be taken to the side sink. All right. So here's all of our oils. You didn't put that on high, young man.
Absolutely. Oh, I didn't?
You didn't. You bad thing. Bad.
Always got to keep it on high.
Yep. No, until it's boiled. 15, 20 minutes. And then you turn it down to low. All right. So I have put my oils on medium. Every stove is different. And I have found that right there works pretty well, is medium. And so that's good. Then we got that sorted. You can use vodka.
So what's got?
The vodka. But don't drink it while you're making lotion.
You might end up whistling your lotion.
You might end up whistling while you work. So, you can use Everclear. You can use moonshine.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah. Just try to get right at 100. What is that? What they call 100 proof?
Yeah, that's 50%.
Yeah. Vodka.
Jefferson.
All right. So. All right. So now we're gonna do some temperaturing. Oh, there she is. All right, so it's somewhere around 175 according to my thermometer, which I can put in here. Whoop. And attach to the side of my bowl. and keep an eye on it. But when I took it with this one, it says it's just 150. So lotion, I found that this works pretty good on some parts of soap making, but for lotion, don't trust it. Alright, and because, and you know, your surfaces might have the same thing going on. You know, my surface is metal.
Is it hot?
Yeah, so no, but see now that was hot. And so that helps to get rid of the temperature because it's almost like having it on the stove there on low. You know, because the metal is cold. And I can, yeah, heat transfer. I can even take it and put it on this side and let it cool. So now we've got to get it to 160 degrees. At 160, I will put my vitamin E and glycerin and my black cumin in. And now I've got to get my essential oils done up. See, we're doing day cream first? Yeah,
Yeah.
day cream first. All right. All right. Lavender is such a wonderful choice. That when I use lavender, I'll come back in and anything I didn't use with anything else, I'll fill it in with lavender. Lavender's so benign too.
90 is not harmful, right?
Yes. They say that you can put lavender on a newborn baby's skin. I like tea tree. But you have to be careful with tea tree. Tea tree can be harmful. Should you put citrus in lotion?
You know, I really don't know that answer. I would say maybe. I've seen Bath and Body Works have it.
Yeah. Is it citrus essential oil or citrus fragrance?
Fragrance.
Fragrance, that's right. You know what happens if you put citrus? Remember, have you ever heard about, remember me telling you about if you put citrus on your skin, you go out in the sun, it'll burn you real bad?
You know, I used to have put lemon juice in my hair. I don't know if I'm bald now, but when I had hair,
Why was you putting lemon juice on your hair?
to blonde it in the sun.
Oh, yeah, that eats up the follicles. It was like putting acid on your hair.
Oh, that's smart. A wise man would do that, right? Why would you want to lose your hair?
We do wonder these things. All right, you got to back up. Now get all pissy because you're blocking the camera now. And then, as I said, I'm filling in with the lavender. All right. Get me a clean spatula. See where we're at. All right. Oh, I'll have to move on this side because I got to blend it in, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we've got our essential oils ready, But let's put our black cumin and our glycerin in. Will you man the blender while I scoop?
Yes.
All right, you get cross sides. All right.
Oh, this smells good.
Yeah? Alright, so it's very difficult in a live video to see this, but we've got little droplets of that laying all over the top. So I'm pulling up my stick blender as close as I can to the top without actually spurting stuff at me.
What's the minty smell?
Huh?
Is that the tea tree?
I think so.
It's not minty. What would you call that fragrance?
Well, when you put that that, what did I say? That fluorescent, no, not fluorescent. It's like fresco, that word I'm looking for. Fluorescent, no. Anyway,
Effervescent?
effervescent smell of tea tree with lavender. And in some of the other ones, it sort of ends up, but there's no mint in there. Okay, so yeah, now you're putting it on low.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so now look at what you see on the top. What do you see?
No, like, there's bubbles.
Floaties.
Yes.
Little floaties. You see those little floaties?
Yeah.
Okay. So I buy a lot of unrefined organic, which means it's been less filtered. Okay? So when I make lotion, that stuff's good. But it does mean that sometimes there can be some debris in, like shell husk of the shade is the most dominant problem that I get. But to me, it's worth it. And let me show you how I take care of it. So hang on. And I forgot this. I'm going to need you to put these through the system, please, kind sir.
Okay.
I don't think I'll need this one here. But these here, I need you to put them through the system and then alcohol the snot out of them with fresh towels, because you can't really dry them up really well through some of the cracks and crevices. So you just have to force alcohol in all the cracks and crevices of those things. All right. All right, so let me look at it. And then I wait to see if I'm going to have any separation. And I don't see any separation. Let's see what this says, the temperature is. This says it's 138. Let's see what this says. Where's my earbuds?
You put them down somewhere weird?
I was just fixing to say, I think they're still hooked up.
No, I handed them to you. You said unhook them.
I know. I think that.
Right there, right there.
Ah! Yeah, I don't know if my phone has been trying to get the reception from these things in the box. I hope not. I hope y'all been able to hear me. And I hope that this, when I put these in, will mean that you can hear me better. I'm so sorry. I was so bad. Let's see if we've had any comments about. Yeah, it says Bluetooth connected. Battery full. Okay, I don't see anybody fussing about volume. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let me. Oh, you've got the alcohol, don't you?
Oh, I just finished using it.
You just put it over there?
Yes.
I'll get some right out of the bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And where do you want these?
Yeah, right there's good. So I use a filtering system when I pour it up. This one here is my favorite. I mean, it's got the tiniest little bit of mesh. And you can see it's still got alcohol on it. The alcohol will vaporize pretty quick if we give it a good swish it. It's better? That's good. I'm so sorry. I forgot to put these back in. I swear the arthritis in my elbow's mad at me now. Okay. And then this is our pouring spouts. Amazon's a good place to get these. And I like a dipper like this. Of course, I probably should get something stainless steel or glass. I've had this thing probably for 15,000 years. We've washed it with bleach and stuff till we've wore. Look, there's no writing left on it. So anyway, this one here I use for dipping the lotion and putting it into here because it hangs, and so it don't have to go back down into the vat, but it also don't have to sit on the side and drip lotion and waste my product. So I can hang it up on the inside of the vat to drip. So that's what we're going to use. And then I'm going to move that off at this hot spot. I've not had any separation. That's good. And we are waiting to get the right temperature so that we can put our preservative in. If you are a member of the group, make sure that you come back onto the club page and get the recipes, because the whole recipe will be given out in a little free class video on the page. I know I've already done one today, but you're going to get two. And I'll be giving you the exact recipe verbatim if you're a member. And so don't forget to come back onto the page and get the recipe. If you are a member, like Pam there, tell everybody if you like being a club member. And we do some pay classes, but then we do a lot, and I'm doing even more this year. A lot more free classes this year, because I just really enjoy that better than I do the organization of the pay classes. And then when y'all get to the point that y'all need a class that I feel like, you know, we should pay a little for, then we'll set up a pay class. But I'm really having a lot of fun doing free classes this year. So I've been trying to do several free classes every month. And I say they're free, but I mean, you pay your membership. But the membership, and then if you want to learn how to make the CBD balm that you can sell and help people with their pain. We have that class available. I think it's $175. If you want to learn how to process hemp and everything that I think that you need to know about hemp and whatnot, I have an intro to hemp. We call it an intro to CBD class. I think it's 90. And then we do have a couple other classes, like we have some on how to make the black soap. There's also one on how to make goat's milk soap. A few of those you can purchase those. Oh, thank you, Jenny. And Jenny, if you wanted to, you could right now start making that product, that CBD balm, without any fear that you would make something that would be hurtful to anybody. You've got the exact recipe, and you could start making money off of it today. Right, Jenny? Okay. And that's what we want, that's why, like if you're wanting to start selling CBD creams, we have classes. We even have some free classes on how to make CBD creams. But for stuff like this, if anytime I do something, I give the recipe away to my members. And so the members will get the exact recipe with everything they need. Okay. And this is I call it my famous night and day cream that to this day people buy tons of it. So now I'm taking and I'm filtering off my top, because most of the little husks and of the what do you call it, plant, the shea butter nut will float to the top. And this, I don't know where I got this, but it's for canning. It's for canning and screening. And you can see how fine the mesh is. It is just awesome for screening out little things like that. I've had this thing for years. Alright, so I got most of that out of there. And so this thing says 135, 134. And when right when I said that, a little piece of a shea nut chopped up on the top, a little speck. Alright. Alright, we have managed our temperature, so now we'll put in our preservatives. Can you man the blaster for me?
Yes, ma'am. I'll take the blaster.
Alright. Where's the spray bottle? Hang on. Where's your spray bottle? Alcohol your gloves a little. Where'd it go? Oh, it's over there. Go fetch that for me, please. And then I had an earbud pop out. I'm just going to change my glove.
Down with the boys.
I like these chemical resistance. Chemical resistant. Alright. This thing's gonna splatter us both.
Goodness. Got one left.
here is our pour spouts. And then this is another mesh. It's not quite as fine. I do believe he was a little rough on that one.
Oh, that's my bad. Oh, I didn't do that.
Anyway, go get us another. Be easy with it. Alright, so we'll use this one here to start the straining process. I just have a paper towel here to lay. One of the things I really like to do is to pull my jars out close to the edge of the table, because then I can reduce this to where there's no spillage much. Alright, Cayman, get on the, have you already alcoholed it and everything? Alright, let me have that. Okay, so now I want you to watch what I'm doing. I'm pulling these jars right up to the edge, and see, now I can put this below this and bring this right down to the lip, because see, if I try to pour from up here, I often splatter. So if I pull them right up to the thing like that, and then watch it change. Watch it change. See where it touches it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right when it touches that little inner lip, that's when we quit. See right there? Okay. So, you know those little teeny tiny whisks that we got?
Yes.
Would you get me one of those and wash it through the system and alcohol it? I'm sorry I'm so bad. I keep forgetting to tell you stuff that needs to be through the system. But that's why we won't put the dirty dishes back in there, because I know I'm going to come up with something. And so I can bring it down below the table level.
It gets so loud, it goes quiet.
Uh-oh. Did you see what I did there? See how I overfilled it? If I overfill it, I pour a little bit back over the big one, but see, now I'm going to have a mess. Now I got to clean it up later. Although, actually, technically, I don't have to do that.
Yeah,
Who
someone
it-
else can do it.
Ah! He's like, oh. So, just till it touches. All right, so then we stack them where they're sitting, touching each other. And we want to go this way because we still got more, that's going that way. So, can I put you to pouring?
Sure.
Can
What am
you
I doing with this?
Oh, I'll show you. But see those little air bubbles?
Mm-hmm.
You can get rid of some of them. We're trying to break the air bubbles with the tiny whisk.
Okay.
And sometimes it's like once it's been sitting there for a little bit longer. But I got rid of a lot of them. Okay? Alright, so pull you some jars. Pull you a row of jars all the time. Like that. Alright.
So,
Yep, you did good. There's the next one. And you can do several jars before you move them,
yes, ma'am.
Alright. Well, I picked that one up and the air bubbles bursted. I got to get my little Wi-Fi adapter fixed, and then I can bring y'all closer. I'm sorry about that. So it's hard to even see, but there we go. See those little air bubbles that form? And I take one of these little whisks and go around it and break them down. There's another one already ready to go. And we do that after they're over here.
Okay.
Although I think that one's not
That one
quite.
needs more.
Yeah, it just needs a drop. Let me poke it in there. There we go. Go ahead and push these in and pull you another row and then start on that one.
Yes, ma'am.
And if any of you's ever worried that you might get a hair in your lotion, this is a way, even if you don't use organic and unrefined oils that could still have particulates in them, this is a way that you can be sure that you also don't have any foreign bodies in your product by screening. And people talk about using cheesecloth and stuff like that, but you gotta squeeze that stuff out. Since we're making another batch, I'm gonna move these jars down. Now another person might say, why do you make a cream instead of a pumping lotion? Well, I prefer to use a natural preservative, or I should say a more natural preservative. And a more natural preservative doesn't have as much, doesn't have any formaldehyde in it. And you know what happens when you put a frog in that formaldehyde? What happens?
You get a dissection product?
Yeah, but it don't decay, right? Like
Right.
years and years and years and years. Does it ever break down into formaldehyde?
No, ma'am.
No. And but I'm allergic to formaldehyde. I don't want to be slathered down with formaldehyde. Do you want to be slathered?
me.
No, I don't want to be slathered down in formaldehyde. As I always say, sweet Jesus. I don't want to be slathered in formaldehyde. So I use a formaldehyde and paraben-free preservative. So since I do that, using a smaller container, a 4-ounce jar, people are going to use it faster than they would an 8. Oh, look at you. The counter was clean. Remember how hard you worked? Get us one of them spatulas over there.
Remember how to fix that?
Yeah.
I got excited.
Did you get excited?
Yeah.
And so since our stainless steel has been cleansed and sanitized and alcohol, I do that. But now if I was on a countertop in my kitchen, I wouldn't do that. But we're on stainless steel that has been thoroughly cleaned. Alright. Whoop.
Yeah, I was running out of space and I
I
thought
know.
to move them.
We're doing good. And then I'm gonna put a layer here. And then start right, yep. And then, oh, this this one here is going to get in the way of our row right on the counter edge. So I'm going to put it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. We won't use that one. That one goes to the abyss.
Oh, darn.
I know. You've what did you've resigned it to hell.
Oh, God.
It's in lotion hell. All right. So a 4-ounce jar. A person's going to utilize this really fast. It's not going to sit around the shelf for years. And then also, I can put my finger in it and get it all out, all the way down to the very, very bottom. And I hate pump bottles where you're trying to figure out how to get the last little bit out. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
It's like the toothpaste tube. You never get it all out.
You gotta cut it open and like try to scrape it.
Oh gosh, you're even more desperate to get the last little drop than me.
You know, when you're 25, money's money.
That's right. All right. So anyway, so I like a jar that my customers can get everything they paid for out of the jar. Now you're getting excited again.
I thought over that just enough.
There you go.
A little bit more.
All right. So start pushing those up in the rows.
You want a new row or do you want it over here?
Yeah, a new row right there, because we'll be putting another batch right here. The day cream, you know, we still got. No, is this the day? No, this is night cream.
No, we did the day first.
Huh?
We did the day first.
Okay.
I
So
promise.
we'll do the night next.
But there's still stuff. Oh my gosh, there's still stuff in there.
Yep, there's still stuff in there. Oh, and our oils have melted. That's not completely full, but I'm gonna hand it over to you because I got to get over here and put this down on warm and take my spatula, because there's one little knob of cocoa butter, I think it is. And I'm giving it a stir. And then that should melt it the rest of the way. And all right. So I want to get you. Can you hold that right there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's very important that the very last bit gets to go through the filter system.
Okay.
There we go. So, formaldehyde and paraben free. All right, let me take over, because what do we have to do now? No, we got a whole nother batch to mix together.
Okay.
All right, and we pretty much have all of our things, but we're gonna need a couple of these items washed, and we've definitely alcohol. Yep, this right here. Here, let me put that in there. All right, so this has to be used in the next batch, and we for sure have alcoholed every. You know, we're not gonna. If we didn't need it for this batch, we're not gonna need it for the next batch. So now we can start washing through our system, but this has got to go first, because we don't want it blended with the leftovers of whatever is somewhere else. And then you can do the rest. All right, so now let me switch over here, because that was the day. So now I'm going to put the night on top. So basically, he alcoholed. Whoop, I'm totally forgetting my job here. Did you hear me tell him I'd take over? What was I doing? Jawing. So if you would like to become a member, like today we did a free class on the 3 parts of a soap recipe, and how to make your own recipe was basically the subject of that. Because I use a formaldehyde free preservative, I'm extra careful about sanitary. But it won't never hurt you none. Hun. Alright, so I've got just a little bit here. I was gonna just see if any little jar could use a couple of dollars. Alright, so here's one that needs to be washed.
Right now?
Huh?
Right
Yeah,
now?
because it's one of our pourers.
Yes, ma'am.
And then these here can wait, but that right there will need washed. I'm gonna just set that on top of it. Alright? And
We all have a few more.
where's the alcohol spray?
I may have hijacked it and put it right here.
Ah, let me go get the alcohol. Hang on. Don't forget to clean your scale and the buttons on your scale, and don't get what I call a panty wasting little scale that can't handle a little bit of liquid around its knobs and stuff, because you got to be sanitary. So I really love these Taylor scales, although now they're black, that you can get at Walmart. Look, they're solid. They're going to stay level on your counter. They have a glass that is watertight sealed here. The knobs are on the end right here, so, and there's even a little lip that they're recessed slightly. See? And they come on. They do not offer electricity, but they have the watch batteries. They last a long time. So those little size 32, I think, are those watch batteries. They last a lot of time, and they don't have no little raised platform that stuff can fall off of. No little tray that attaches that can crash. I've had my fill of all of those kind of scales, and every time I see these Taylor, because I like the stainless steel ones, every time I see these right here, I buy them. You can clean them. You cannot submerge them. At least we've never been so bold as to try. But you can clean them good. Before we start the lotion, we take all 3 rags that's in all 3 water sources, and we wipe down the stick blenders and even the cord, because you're going to handle this cord, and the cord is dirty. And that's just all there is to know about that. It's dirty. And so we wipe the cords down, we wipe, and then of course this part actually goes into the vat over there, and goes through all 3 vats, but we wipe these down. We wipe this down with alcohol before we don't spray it directly. We spray our towel, and then we wipe it down. We wiped it down with a very strongly wrung out rag from each one of the vats over there.
Is the alcohol full?
It's full enough, yeah.
Okay. Coming through the last of the dishes that we need to do the second batch.
Once you bring me that vat over there, I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing.
Okay.
And I need the 3 pours and the dipper. That's all I need out of that.
3 pours and a dipper. 3 pours.
You know the things we were pouring with that had a little spout?
Yeah. What? Well, I was just confused as to what the dipper was.
The dipper was the plastic. It looks like this one, only it's bigger.
Oh. This.
Yes, I need that, the 3 pours, the lid, and the vat itself. And as soon as I get that, we're going to start making product again. If they touch each other, they cool down slower, and we found that that they're happier. We're happier with the consistency of them, and so I know some people who put them on a warmer and they let them very gently reduce their temperature. But I've started seeing something that I just think is pretty fun. Y'all probably heard of it before. But they make their lotion and they let it completely set up in a bowl, and then they come back later and they ladle it into the jars, and then they give it sort of like, a swirly top with whatever kind of spatula or whatever it is that they are using to get the shape or design on the top that they want. Some people I've seen even take and put it in their KitchenAid, and they whip it, this lotion. But do remember this, and this is why I brought this subject up. If you whip your lotion or your body butter, then you're adding air, and it looks so fluffy, and it's very delicate, and it's so nice. But you're shipping this stuff, and sometimes things get warm in shipping, and that means all the air is going to come out of it. Or maybe the electricity goes off in the lady's house and it gets warmer than normal. All the air is coming out of that, and it's going to be pop, 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 and it's all going to come out. And instead of having a full jar, she's going to have a half a jar, or 3/4 of a jar, and she's going to feel cheated. So you have to make sure, in my opinion, that when you sell a whipped product, that you maybe use a 6-ounce jar instead of a 4-ounce jar. You put 4 ounces in there, and you put 4 ounces on the label, even though it's a 6-ounce jar, and maybe put something on the website, that it's a 4-ounce quantity in a 6-ounce jar because it's been whipped to give a better consistency, and the whipping can come out of it basically if it gets warm or something. And that way too, even if they didn't read it, if you get a complaint later, which y'all may never do, I don't do it because I don't want to fool with that, I ain't got time, then you can point them to the website where it discussed it. All right, so he has alcohol, but it's got to be wiped down. Body butter is real bad at that too, especially body butter more than lotion. When you whip that body butter and you put all that air in there to make it all whipped and creamy looking, and then it gets warm in shipping and it goes flat, then you have a customer who will receive a half full jar and they are not happy. But if you're selling directly out of your store, you could also lose a lot of product if your air conditioning goes out. I know I lost a lot of soap when my air conditioning went out, and it was in the middle of summer. It was hot, freaking hot, and I lost a lot of product. It took them over a week to get it situated, and we had spells where it was getting hot and then cold because the air conditioner was not quite broken, but not right either. So it would work and then it would quit working. So I'd get them in here and it'd be working, and then they'd leave and it would stop working. All right, so we got to get our water right. So our water is 120 ounces, where the other one was what, 150? So here's our water container. Do you have your phone handy that you might do the math thing for me again when I do the water?
Yes.
All right, 120 ounces.
Okay.
Make sure that you always boil your water at least 15 to 20 minutes. All right. .7, subtract.
Okay.
I also use sodium lactate to prevent rancidity of the oils. So therefore, if the people get get it too hot, it won't cause the oils to go rancid. 60.4. It's almost too much water to put in there.
60.4.
Yeah. How much do I have left?
5.9.
Woo! 5.9. All right.
That's like me.
Okay. 6.3. So I added just 4 points too much. All right.
That's irony.
All right. So,
Oh, I get irony now.
all right, come and you're gonna man the thing for me while I put the oil in with the turbo machine. Okay.
So funny.
All right. Let's see. Where's me? Oh yeah, here's me a clean spatula. I got a whole stack of them, thanks to Cayman. Woo-hoo! All right.
I've been getting my hood.
All right. Let's take that off. And
Okay, start mixing.
water in the water, in the wet.
I see. I'm still applying it. I see. I know, applying it. I see.
All right. this. It's warm though, so you can come back for it if you'd rather. And then this only got used with water.
Okay.
We got to beat it up really good. Nice and creamy white. We gave it a good beating. Let's see what temperature we're at. This thing seems to be off always by about 10. So this says 144, so maybe 154. Let's see. Oh no, this thing is wrong. Big time. You get it down here where it's at. This is here, I'm like at 180. And this says I'm at 145. This thing's been double checked by several different thermometers, so I do trust it. But in any case, now we'll move it over here and put it in a new area that's not hot. So, all right, so stearic acid is an ingredient that I put in here for thickening. It really helps. It has some other properties to lotion. You can check it, but it really helps with the thickness of the lotion. And I use black cumin, and that's an oil, but I don't put it in during the initial emulsifying because the oil, it is so hot, and that has so much wonderful properties for everybody that I don't want it to get abused. So I put it in at the 160 part. And then we use full strength vitamin E. Essential Depot has a really wonderful full strength vitamin E. And then glycerin. And that's what this is. And I blend the glycerin and the vitamin E together. It helps to get the vitamin E off the container because it's so sticky like honey. And then we have our preservative, and we have our lactic acid to prevent rancidity. Another thing I've heard you can use, and I used to use it, but then the price jacked because people were using it for some kind of disease, and it caused the price to really go up on it. And that was it grape seed extract? I think it was grape seed extract. You can products that are put into oils to prevent rancidity, and you have went somewhere maybe where a house was closed up and a bottle of vegetable oil was left and it got really hot, or maybe your power went off and it was really hot for a long time, and your oil went rancid, and you open it up and there's no mold or anything in there, but oh, it stinks. It really hurts and burns your nose when you smell it. That is going rancid. So oils can go rancid, and some oils should be kept in the refrigerator, and black cumin is one of them because it is more susceptible to rancidity. Let me turn that off. I get my jars from SKS bottles, and they have the code on them, and it tells you the ounce, and this is the blue in the 4 ounce, and it comes with lined caps in the bag. This one has the 4 ounce comes with 24 in a bag. I really think they're nice and affordable. You can purchase bulk, but they won't sell you an even amount. So if let's say they have these size jars available at 200 bulk, there's no lids, and like the lids will only come in 152.
Where's this coming from?
That drives me absolutely crazy. So I cannot order from you bulk, equal jars, and lids. No. But they say eventually it works out. If you just keep buying them, eventually, you will stack up extra lids to the point that one time you'll just order jars. So not only can you not buy the amount of jars and the amount of lids to be the same, you've got to be their storage. You got to have storage room too to store all the extra lids or the extra jars until you balance it out one day, and then you have to start all over again. I cannot cope with that. I tried to order it. I tried to make myself order bulk because I can afford it. I tried to do it. I tried to make myself do it. I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. It was just wrong. I was going to have more jars than lids or more lids than jars. I don't know. And I couldn't do it. So there you go. Maybe you can do it. Maybe you've got plenty of storage. I don't know. All right. So with these, you get your jars in here and you get the little bag, and every once in a while you'll have an extra lid because they do this by weight. They know how many 24 jars weighs, and they actually don't count them. They put them on a scale and they weigh them, and when the weight is right, that's how many goes in here. And it almost always works out. Every once in a while there'll be an extra lid. I've only not had enough lids once, but I had a couple of extra lids in my tiny little storage area over there that it was all right in the end. And you know, you saw that jar fall into the abyss down there. We won't use that for professional use, so that'll be an extra lid right there. So, anyway, all right, are you singing songs that somebody else's intellectual, whatever it is, don't you get me in trouble with YouTube?
No, they're just my property.
Okay, all right. Now I'll have to prove that. All right, we got to rub those down. They've been alcohol, but they've not been rubbed down. All right, so now I've got to count my jars. I don't know what it is about this recipe, but it always seems to grow. And so I always put out a couple of extra jars. Where's the hole? Oh, let's make another one. 'Cause we need all of it. And I find it really easy to count by 5s or 10s, depending on your space available on your shelf. So like here, because of the width, I've got definitely enough to do rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep. Although the KitchenAid is coming out further than the other one. Alright, so now we have 10, 25. And we need, how many jars do we need, Cayman? How many jars do we need? 50. And how do we know that?
Because 200 divided by something.
4.
Yes.
Okay, so my batch is 200, and my jar size is 4 ounces. So to find out how many jars I need, I divide 200 by 4, which is 50. So these are pretty small batches, but you know, sometimes people just want to get smaller batches, and so we do them smaller. And let's see how many I got. 10, 20, 30, 40. We're getting close. Alright. Let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40. So yeah, I'm working on 50 now. I swear my dyslexia, 10, 20, 30, 40, yeah. So my lids are on that end, so I'm going to open her up on this end. I tell you something I've done. I have shelf drawers or just shelves under here. And all the jars would get up underneath there, and they'd make egg salad. And then you couldn't find nothing. So if you go to Lowe's, I'm gonna put 3 extra jars out there for safety's sake. If you go to Lowe's, they sell these cement mixing bins. This is for people to mix cement in at home for small projects. And they're rubber. And they fit in my shelves, and they hold a lot of jars. And so all the 4 ounces will go in that one bin. And then 2 ounces goes in a smaller bin, because they also have the smaller ones. So I buy the smaller sizes too, and they're just wonderful for storing these jars in. We got them all in here. We just love those things. Just love them. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a row. So remember now, if you will remember to come back to the page, we did do a free class today on lotion, on the parts of a soap recipe. And, but we're going to do another one today where I give you the exact recipe. Kanan,
Yes.
this right here is just water.
Okay.
Like you just go into, you give you some extra hot water in one of your water bins, and then you can lightly, it's just where we boil water, it was already put through the system, so it's pretty sanitary, I mean, it's pretty clean. Alright, so let's see what we got for temperatures. Oh, I gave you my 3 filters, You know, the fine one and the next one, I need them boogers.
They need alcohol, but they are completely clean.
Yeah, bring them around here. Get a towel, a fresh towel off the shelf over there, and wrap them in it and bring them over here to me. And I can already see a few little pieces of shell, nut shell. Alright, so we get that there. So let's see where our temperature is. What this thing says. Somebody gave me this, and I really appreciate them. And you know, I found that it works really closely for the soap. And when I get down to the point that I'm really close to the right temperature, then I get out these thermometers and use them, only they're smaller than the ones I use. So that said 145. And this thing's done hit 150. Oh, good. We have hit the right temperature for, but you know, there we go. I gotta pour up my essential oils. I am bad. I have not done that.
Oh, no.
Let's see how many ounces we get. Okay. And I've got my clean thing waiting. I always start out with the lavender, and I always end with the lavender. If you would like to be a club member, you go to www.soapykisses.com. Is what it was. I just found the effervescent one. Each one of these essential oils have a benefit. I use this cream as a hair cream as well. night cream is a deep conditioning agent. Whenever you make all this stuff from scratch and you don't put any Vaseline in it like they do at the stores, you can really make something good that soaks right in. And shea butter has the ability to penetrate every layer of the epidermis. And so this, it also will penetrate really well in hair. And so, you can take my day cream and take like, an English pea's worth. And take it and rub it between your hands. And if you're quick, you gotta be quick, because it'll soak right into the palms of your hand, and you won't even, it'll just be gone before you can get to your hair. And that's why people love this cream so much, is because the chemistry of how it was made is so wonderful for the skin, because the day cream just disappears. And but I think we're working on the night cream now. Yeah, this is a night cream. And so it just disappears. And I'll show you that. Although I can't show you on the day, because we're working on the night. That was our black cumin. And then this is our glycerin and our full strength vitamin E. This is even, we call it edible. This is the kind that you can use as a vitamin. So if you can't find it and you've just got to go local, go to a health food store and buy those little gel caps and bust them open. This.
Okay.
But afterwards, yes, I want some. Is the tea still made?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, now we've got to get it down to 140. Cayman.
Yes, ma'am.
This I ended up not using, and all of these are ready to go into the system, and one of those, and this right here, this just had water in it, and it was put through the sterilization process, so it doesn't need a lot of cleaning, because it's just was water. That's all it was used for. So while we're, let's see what the thermometer says. So 160 is when I put my essential oils in, my black cumin, my glycerin, and my vitamin E. So it says we're 131. So that means I got time. And we will work on these, because you sprayed these down with alcohol, but they haven't been wiped down yet. So we'll get these all wiped up and get them ready. they've just cooled to the point that I can definitely come in and burst their bubbles. And they were just starting to put a little tiny thick layer on the top. And so I come in and give them a little swirl. And that usually smooths out the last of the water, of the bubbles. I get this right here at the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Walmart, those kind of things. It's for canning too. This one here, I probably picked this one up at an estate sale years ago. And it's got the finest mesh I have ever seen. For those of you just coming in, whoop. Look how fine that mesh is. It is just so fine. And I use it first with paper towel. Get a fresh paper towel. I'm gonna make a mess. Because for those of you who are just coming in, I've said this once, but it's good to say it again for those people that wasn't here for the beginning and might not go back. I use a lot of unrefined organic oils, and with shea butter especially, that means that sometimes there'll be little pieces of the husk and things of that sort. There'll be little black specks will float to the top. And this thing here really gets it. And so I'll initially now do a little like that. And then I'll reverse the alcohol through it. I feel good. Na. Okay, so, and then we'll screen again through the system. Let me look at our temperature. We're still just a little bit below 150, so I'm going to move over here to a cooler area, which will help. And then just movement, just moving it back and forth helps to I can feel the heat rising out of the vat. You can actually see steam starting to come up out of the vat as I am doing that. And that'll help to drop the temperature faster. And I put my preservative and my lactic acid in at 140. any case. So for those of you who would like the recipe, I do give the rest away. A recipe will be given away free on my secret club page. Hang on just a second. I'm not used to wearing these things on a regular basis. And probably need to get gloves anyway. And on that secret club page, well, I know there's bottled alcohol around here somewhere. Where's the alcohol? You don't need it anymore.
You got it behind the pot?
Oh, I'm hiding it from myself. Anyway, so you can be a Soapy Kisses Club member if you would like to. And it's like $50-something, like $55 or something a year. It's not expensive. That's for a whole year. And that gives you discounts on the classes. Well, we do pay classes. And then this year, I'm really pushing the free classes on a regular basis. We always did one free class a month, but now I'm trying to get in. I'd like to get in 4 free classes a month, but I don't know if I can do it. But we're going to try to do, I mean, like this week I'm getting 2 in, and one of them will be a companion to this video. So y'all are watching here, but we'll go over to the Soapy Kisses website, and I'm going to read my recipe exactly and give them the exact recipe with each component and how much of each component, and also give them variances of how they could alter the essential oils in this cream for different purposes and substitutions, and also talk to them about essential oils that they cannot use in lotion. So while we're waiting for that to cool down, I'm going to check my phone because, you know, it was going off pretty crazy a while ago. Give me a minute and we'll wait.
Is all that stuff ready? Or are you still working? Kim?
Hang on just a second. I am, but I'm checking. Steve! 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 I think that was my husband. I'll be back with y'all guys in just a second. Thank you. Hey Steve, are you in the garage? Yeah. Yeah, I was just making sure because the motion detector went off. I did. I just played it. Okay, all right. Bye, love. I know what you mean. Okay. All right. Okay, all right. I gotta go because I'm in the middle of class. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, my motion sensor went off at the house, and I thought my husband had to go by there today, but I was like, somebody's in the garage. I could see him on the screen, and so I had to make sure it was Steve. It was Steve, but he said a few extra things. Yeah, there goes the one off in the house. He's going in the house. All right, let's see what we got. Are you ready to help us pour? All right, all I gotta do is see if I've got it at the right temperature to get my preservative in. And don't put your preservative in before the temperature called for. And if you don't know what the temperature is called for the preservative that you have, do not quit driving the place crazy that you bought it at until you find out. And that's what I got to say about that. All right. Alright, I think, let's see, but I gotta pull it over here, because we're gonna have to fix it, but I think surely it's good by now. So this says 126 to 127, it's bouncing back and forth. Let's see what this thing says. I bought me an Instapot. All right, success. And I made a one-pot meal this morning for my daughter in like 15 minutes. Are you ready to man the machine?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, make sure that it gets in there before you turn it on. Because I always worry that the thick stuff will go to the bottom and it won't get blended. So I go back and forth while it's sitting all the way down the bottom. And then I lift it up a little bit. Give it the wibble wobble. Alright. So, and now I'm going to move it over here to pour out of so that we have more room to work over here. And I already got us some jars lined up. Is your hands alcohol?
Oh, yeah. Might as well do it again.
Alright, and let's get me. Look at me. I've got no gloves on. I am so terrible. I alcoholed and then forgot to put gloves on. It's getting late. Both of those are gone now. Did you see it? You didn't see that. He dropped one, but he tried to catch it with the hand that he was holding the other one with while snagging it with the toe of his tennis shoe. Oh my God, I wish y'all could have seen the performance. Then he looked up at me like, oh hell, that's gone. There's another set of gloves in the garbage, isn't it? Here, he just put his hands out like, alcohol me. I'm turning into a zombie. It's better than formaldehyde though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where's our screens? I got those screens. There's the screens. So. Double decking the screens. Come on. There we go. There you go. Get started.
Let's get this part Sing while you work.
That's right. YouTube don't like that singing other people's intellectual property. And then if you're singing your intellectual property, you have to prove it if the spider decides that it was somebody else's intellectual property. I mean, you know, the tune itself, a lot of times we sing our own words, but we use a tune from some song we know. Oh, look at me. I was pouring it through the screen back into the vat. You gotta have a pour. You gotta have a spout bucket. Yeah. Have other kind of music. And this is what drives me so freaking crazy is I do a video and I listen to YouTube. YouTube tells me that I can use this music, puts it out there for me, says you can use this music, it's free. 3 years later, it's not free anymore. And whoever it is hijacking my video and wanting to get part of the advertising money. Luckily, it didn't probably ever make much advertising money. It was just a little rinky-dink video I stuck music on, so I just deleted it. Well, we've lost one earpiece. It's on the floor, and I guess it'll just stay there. I bet that's extra loud on your side, right? Anyway, so it's just so confounding that 1 minute it's free music, and the next minute, whoever the author is of that music is hijacking my video, wanting the advertising money off of it. And hell, I probably didn't make more than 2 cents a year off of that video, so I just deleted it. I was like, you know, I probably used that music, that free music, off of more than one, you know, on more than one of my videos. So I'll just delete that video, and then they'll say to themselves, well, let's not mess with that woman because she ain't gonna let you make no money off of your free music that ain't free no more. She'll freaking delete your video. So that's what it is. Look at you. Look at you. You are such a disaster. He spilled. He spilled.
I get it.
I tried to just slide him.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's messy.
Messy Marvin.
This
you
one
know-
is thicker. You
It
can
is.
definitely tell the difference between the day and the night cream.
Yep. Gotta get this one back up here too.
It's a lot thicker.
Yeah. You wanna pull some of those close to the edge? Now I won't even care that you're coated in cream while you're alcoholing off the bottles tomorrow. He spilled a whole jar over there out through the lake. All right, let's get us some more pouring up here. I gotta get on my job. There you go. We just love Cayman. Cayman's a lot of fun. And he's got them man muscles right when you need them. None of them little pansy-ass girl muscles that can't pick up that 50-pound box of lard or coconut oil. We gotta make sure that we keep the jars separated too. Don't get them too close to this. I put that in the middle too to help us remember. Because once they're finished, you can't tell the difference in them until you get a label on them. So you gotta be so careful, okay, Cayman?
Okay.
All right. Cannot forget and mix the jars up. I have a very unhappy customer. Okay, I have nothing I can say whatsoever at all about any of your messes. This is the worst mess I have ever made in my entire life. I know. You hold this vat right here.
Right.
Yep. Oh, I have never done this before in my life. Close. Never. That's what I get for teasing you, ain't it? This is what you reap what you sow. This is what I get. I was just having fun teasing you. Look what I did.
You need a pass.
I made an absolute mess. I have never did this before in my life. Never. Never done this.
See, it's a famous counter, sir.
I know that, right? But look. Oh.
Kind of fun, little messy.
readied up.
Be careful. The floor is really slick.
I know. Ah! That'll be on YouTube for the rest of my life, embarrassing my ass. I normally never hand it over. I always pour on the same side of the table as I do this on. But I thought, I'll make us more room. I am not letting y'all see the floor. Y'all do not need to see the extravagance of my mess. You've already probably video clipped the clip to put on Facebook.
Behold, the lotion.
Oh my. I guess that's what I get for teasing employees. I'm just always laughing, teasing. I'm always trying to have fun. And so, there you go. I reaped, I guess, for every employee I ever teased right there. And it's all down my leg. Put lots of Dawn dish detergent in that.
You want dish soap in it?
Yeah. We're gonna need Dawn for that.
Okay.
I'll have to play this back and do some screenshots.
To get the full effect?
Yeah, I gotta get the full effect of that. I hope I had a good camera aim when I did that. Oh, yeah. Cause that's gonna be the last time I pour on this side. I don't know if I should put the mop into this.
I can wait until after.
Do what?
You're gonna wait until after?
No, I think that I better clean this with towels
First?
first, because I fear that I will be torturing you trying to clean the mop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I need to get some of it up ahead of time with cloth. So I'm expecting that every one of y'all are taking pity on me and telling your worst nightmare while making product story so that I cannot feel quite as bad. What do you say?
I say that's a good idea.
All right.
And there's a new saying now. No point in crying over spilled lotion.
That's right. No point in crying over spilled lotion. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna want to be very careful.
Yes.
Pretty much where you're standing.
I know.
Gosh, I can't even touch the ground.
Yeah, don't touch it yet. We'll just wipe it up with that towel, and then we will. And you don't touch any of this because your hands are not now ready for that. You can take your gloves off if you want to. That's up to you. Just don't touch anything that's currently being made lotion out of. And just use your feet. Don't get your hands down there. Did I get lotion on your clothes?
It'll come out.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, they're not important to me.
Uh-huh.
They're just clothes.
I bet my husband was thinking we might eat out afterwards. I'm slathered in lotion, absolutely slathered. I have no clothes down here trying to. But I was telling y'all about this Instapot, so after you tell me your most horrible disaster story, so I can feel better, I need you right now. Since your hands are dirty anyway, would you pick up my little earbud right there on the floor? I've been worried I was gonna step on it.
Yes, ma'am.
I really do appreciate it.
I'm gonna set it right here,
Thank you.
next to the thingy. Alright. Watch this.
I'm a disaster.
No such thing. Only small steps towards success.
That's right.
Everyone's a success. It's a matter of which step you're at.
Uh-huh. And this cream is thicker. Uh-oh. Hey, my earbud decided to fall out. The only one I got left. I don't know how to keep them in, Cayman. They were very expensive.
I'm ready.
No, just grab it right there on the top. Just poke it back in my ear.
Okay.
Y'all have to have them in my ear so people can hear me. Push, 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 push. Okay. Okay. So anyway. Oh no, you're doing something sharp. You know, I'm gonna get in all kinds of trouble now.
Oh crap. Oh, that's a really good song. I always wondered it. I'm not gonna say it. That should be a channel in and of itself.
I know, it probably is. You're gonna remember.
There's no wet floor sign.
There's no wet floor sign around here, is there? Do you remember? Woo! I'm gonna get lotion on it. Here, take this glove off. There we go. Gotta get in my ear. Somehow. No, I don't even want to go. Come on. There's nothing in there. You gotta go in. Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold this little spout. I'm right at the end. So.
I'm gonna come back with a towel again. Is it my shoes? I don't know. What were you
So-
saying? I was listening.
Huh?
What were you saying?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. But I've got some here, and if yours ever does this, that last little bit, you know, gets thick on you, or you just scrape it out of and the night cream, it does that. It gets thicker quicker. Has your mom got dry skin?
Me?
Your mom.
I think so.
Yeah.
She uses lotions.
Well, we have to convert her. And then you may want to keep it for yourself. But here, put your lid on that, or set it over somewhere to dry, or cool off the rest of the way. Yeah, you know, anywhere out of the limelight. Woo! Here it goes again. Don't step on it. And now I can take this greasy coated. Oh. Where's the other one at? There it is. Just in case that one don't work. Look, I got 21 likes and 21 people watching. Everybody bailed after the disaster. Oh, that one's coated
Shampoo. Benefits. What's your junk got?
in. That's right. There we go. Whew. Look, it went under my glove. It went in my glove. Oh no, I only got 21, 19. Everybody's leaving me. Ah! I've got so much more to give. Okay, so I want to tell you the story. Okay, so here it is. So my daughter, she hurt her foot. She's got doctor's orders 2 weeks. She's got to get better. So she's not doing anything right now, but she was getting better. I've been praying for her every day. And she was getting better. And so her sister-in-law, I think, anyway, there was somebody is having a baby. And so she went to the baby doctor with them, and she overextended the foot. She come home, she was just crying. She was hurting so bad. She took a pain pill, and she said, it's not even working. Hey, Linda, thank you for hanging in there with me. And thank you for Valentine's Day wishes. And so anyway, so I cooked supper for them last night because I knew, that she was hurting, and I brought them cake. And okay.
Just to clear your feet.
Yes. And so I had bought myself a Instapot to actually help me make large meals to help her and her family. She's got 3 little ones. And so anyway, I took the Instapot and I got the recipe off the YouTube, of course. And you literally just turned it on and browned your meat and your onions in the bottom, and then you put your pasta, you broke it up and you put your pasta on the bottom. Hey! And then you put depending on your pasta, it was how much water. So I put the 4 cups of water, because 2 cups of it was vegetable broth and 2 cups of it was water on there. And then I put the tomato sauce and a can of tomatoes to completely cover the pasta so it was not uncovered in any way. 8 minutes. I cooked it for 8 minutes in the Instapot, and it came out. Of course, I put some, garlic and Italian seasoning and blah, blah, blah. And it was like totally awesome. And I called my son-in-law to come. I'm next door, at the house next door. I said, come over. I've got your lunch and your supper. Oh, thank you, Mama. He come over and he got his big pot of spaghetti and off he went. I put it in something for him. And I told him, I said, listen, you eat for it lunch, and then tonight for supper with the kids, I said, you take and put a cup of water on it, and I sprayed the casserole bowl with nonstick spray. It's the biggest one they make, nonstick spray, before I put it in. I said, and then put a cup of water, drizzle it on it, and then put cheese and cracker crumbs, and stick it in the oven and make a spaghetti bake. The kids will love it. So that's what they're having for supper with very little effort. Oh, it's so sweet. I know. I love my family, and I really love being in Mintown at the moment. We're in Mintown, and I can help make meals for her and her family. And I also have been helping her with the kids. I'll tuck them in at night and see to it that they're keeping their rooms clean and make them clean up their bathroom. It's like, I have the remotes to your TVs. You clean that mess up in that bathroom, and you can't have them back until you do. And when Mama says something, they know that she's dead serious, and you cannot talk her out of it. She's just a tyrant. And so they get in there and clean the bathroom up. One time, just a few days ago, my daughter tried to take the remotes away because I was working late and she was needing to put them to bed. And she tried to take the remotes away. And I had actually gotten home, but I'd said, can you handle it now? I'm so tired of work late. She's like, I got this. She went in there. I literally heard the chaos at my house, and I got a help please text from my daughter. So I had to get dressed and go across the road. Go across over to the other house and get in there and go, what in the world? And they were like totally revolting against their mom because they thought for sure they could convince her to give them the remotes without making them sort their rooms. But Mama was told. I was called in. The Terminator was called in. As soon as they saw me, they were like, oh, hell. They just started cleaning. But they make little messes. They don't have to be perfect. But they just got to clean up their little messes. Dirty clothes in the bin, garbage picked up. Nothing serious. But they got to get all the serious stuff, sorted. And they can't have dirty towels on the bathroom floor, that kind of thing. They're just like, rah, 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 rah. And they're wanting to watch TV at night while they sleep on a school night. And Wesker said, Mama, I think I was mean to Mama today. I was like, you was? He says, yeah. I just didn't sleep good without my TV on, and I think it just made me irritable. I think Mama would be much happier if I got to watch my TV at night so I could sleep good. He was so cute. I wasn't taking none of that. And if you need to go to sleep, you got to get up. You got to go to school in the morning. But oh, he had that coin right out. He was ready with it. He's the oldest. He knowed he could come up with something, but it didn't work. So I tucked them all in their little beds and stole their remotes and took them over to my house. And then the next morning, of course, the two of them go on the bus, but then I have to come check out Wesker. I mean, the one that don't go to school, Jasper, and see that he hasn't made any potions in the bathroom. Sometimes he gets the empty shampoo containers and he makes potions, and there's water everywhere. And if he's been good and there's not been any potions made, the little Harry Potter, then I give him his remote. Oh man! And on the weekend, I've been having the most fun on the weekends. I invite them over for breakfast early in the morning and let their parents sleep, and I'll cook oats or cream of wheat or scrambled eggs and toast, and we'll sit around the breakfast table and the little boogers, and we'll have breakfast, and the whole time they're just looking at those remotes like, when do I get my remote, Mama? I'm like, after you eat your breakfast. Then they get the remotes and off they go back to their house on the weekends. Oh man, it's nice being a mama's son. Anyway, all right, so I got to go over to the Inner Sanctum and give everybody the free recipe. If you would like to be a member, we'd love to have you at the Inner Sanctum. It is a Facebook-based club, so you have to have a Facebook account, and you can't cancel your membership till the year's up, because I'm not the best bookkeeper in the world, and so if you cancel your membership before the year is up, this causes all kinds of problems. And so that it won't renew for the next year. Some people just want to do it for a year and everything. And so we'd love to have you over, and you can find out all about it at www.soapykisses.com. And if you are a member, please tell everybody how you like being a club member. All right. All right. Bye, everybody. I got to get down on my hands and knees. He's been pretty good, but I can't make him do this. I made the big mess, so I got to get down on my hands and knees.